It's been a bit of a shock. However much one tries to prepare oneself for something like this, it's still a dreadful shock, and we're still trying to come to terms with that. And it's very, very sad.
I don't believe that he's going to be putting his feet up completely and sort of disappearing into the background and never being seen again. So I still think he'll pick and choose what he wants to do.
Few areas of the kingdom which are least likely to have any connection with the crown, and yet there are some surprising associations.
Prince Edward has left Buckingham Palace, and the full details are still unknown. No one is sure if King Charles did something so problematic that Edward, the usually calm and steady one, had finally had enough. Edward seems done with the rules and drama of the royal family, which could signify the beginning of a surprising royal split. The story explores what Edward's decision means, and why it could impact the monarchy. Despite being part of the royal family, Edward has always been a bit different. Born in 1964, he grew up in the same privileged royal environment as his siblings, but he is quite distinct from them. Unlike his brother Charles, the future king who is focused on duty and tradition, or his brother Andrew, who has made headlines for reasons the royals would prefer to forget, Edward's path has always been more unexpected. He is not the type to seek the spotlight like some of his relatives. Prince Edward, the royal sibling, is not your typical rule-following royal. He's a bit of an oddball in the royal lineup, somewhere in between the traditional and unconventional. One of his decisions, a quiet act of defiance, would go on to redefine not only his life, but the very notion of what it means to be royal. Unlike his brothers, he didn't seem drawn to the typical royal expectations or the spotlight. Instead, he focused on finding what made him happy, even if it didn't quite fit the royal mold. He explored academics, theater, and television production, paths that might seem ordinary for most, but were considered unconventional for a royal. Edward didn't simply follow the script handed to him, he wrote his own, even if it didn't always make sense to others. His foray into the arts, including working backstage on musicals like The Phantom of the Opera, is what makes him such an intriguing royal figure. The royal individual surprised many by pursuing their own interests and passions, rather than simply fulfilling the expected duties of their position. They took a bold and unconventional step by establishing their own television production company, Ardent Productions, in the 1990s, which marked a departure from the typical narratives associated with the royal family. At first, it seemed like a bold and innovative move for a member of the royal family to break from tradition and forge a unique path. While most royals focused on ceremonial duties, attending events, and unveiling plaques, Edward sought to leave his mark in a more creative and unconventional way. However, the reality did not quite match the dream. The production company he founded struggled to find its footing in the highly competitive television industry. The shows it produced received lukewarm reviews, with critics dismissing them as uninspired and lacking the polish needed to stand out. The media, eager for a royal misstep, pounced on the company's failures, turning Edward's venture into a cautionary tale of overreach. The headlines gleefully chronicled every stumble, and the endeavor quickly became a subject of public mockery. Edward faced a challenging period as his efforts faltered under criticism and scrutiny, yet his willingness to take the risk was admirable, as many royals prefer the comfort of tradition, avoiding public scrutiny. Edward's attempt, though flawed, showed his desire to be more than just a ceremonial figure. In his 20s, he even gave the military a try, but quickly realized it wasn't for him. It's reported that his father, Prince Philip, a strict military man, was furious when Edward decided to leave after a few months of grueling Royal Marines training. Edward decided to leave the military despite his family's strong emphasis on discipline and tradition. The media reacted harshly, calling him weak and unable to handle it. However, Edward knew the military life wasn't for him, and he chose to follow his own path rather than please others. This decision, though controversial, set the tone for his life. He lives by his own rules, even if it means disappointing people or facing criticism. Nowadays, he keeps a low profile compared to the rest of the royal family, but he continues to support his father's award program and engage in charitable work. He has been married to Sophie, Countess of Wessex, for a long time. Prince Edward and his wife seem like a stable couple with no scandals or drama. He may be ready to step back from the royal life and find his own path, just like Harry and Meghan did. Edward has always tried to forge his own way, even if it doesn't make sense to others. If he's leaving the royal grind behind, it's his life to live. Royal life doesn't seem easy, so his quiet rebellion could be understandable. Suddenly, Prince Edward is back in the headlines, and it seems Buckingham Palace is no longer his main residence as he's packed his bags, though the reasons remain unclear. Prince Edward, the Earl of Wessex, appears to be spending more time away from the public eye, which some interpret as his subtle way of expressing dissatisfaction with the situation under King Charles III's reign. Others believe he is simply weary of the ongoing drama and desires to enjoy a peaceful life at Bagshot Park, the countryside estate he shares with his wife, Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh. In contrast to other royals who seem to thrive on controversy, Edward and Sophie are known as the chill couple of the royal family, maintaining a low-profile lifestyle without any major scandals or dramatic headlines. Their move away from Buckingham Palace is not a loud, accusatory exit, but rather a quiet decision to pursue their own path. However, this development has still garnered significant attention from royal watchers, who are eager to understand the implications of this move. The decision of a royal to step back from palace life is not unprecedented. Unlike the high-profile exit of Harry and Meghan, Edward's move is more like a carefully planned transition to a new chapter. He is not causing a scene or giving explosive interviews, but rather quietly stepping away with a polite approach. Edward and his wife, Sophie, have chosen to live at Bagshot Park, which is a stark contrast to the glitz and constant attention of Buckingham Palace. It is their private sanctuary where they can focus on raising their family and fulfilling royal duties on their own terms without the burden of excessive staff or endless events. This decision reflects their desire for a more balanced and simpler life, one that prioritizes personal happiness alongside royal responsibilities. The royals are still present. The British monarchy is undergoing a transformation under King Charles's leadership. He aims to streamline the institution, reducing the number of working royals and associated expenses. This move towards a more modern, no-frills approach to the crown could be part of Charles's larger vision for the monarchy. Edward's decision may align with the king's plan to create a leaner, more efficient royal family. The decision to focus more on family and hobbies without constant scrutiny from Buckingham Palace has generated a mixed reaction. While some applaud Charles's efforts to modernize the monarchy, others argue that reducing the royal family's presence may diminish its allure. The debate centers around the balance between preserving traditions and adapting to the modern era. However, Edward is not completely abandoning his royal duties, but rather redefining them, which aligns with the younger generation of royals' approach of connecting with people in more meaningful ways, rather than just ceremonial appearances. The monarchy is becoming more relatable, moving away from the untouchable castle-like image. Leaving Buckingham Palace is not just about a simple house change, but a significant shift in how the royals view their role today. For the individual, it's not about abandoning tradition, but rather honoring the values of his late parents, Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, in his own way. Additionally, the decision is influenced by a desire to provide a more normal life for his teenage children, Lady Louise Windsor and James, Viscount Severn. The decision by Prince Edward to step away from the royal spotlight reflects a desire to provide a more grounded upbringing for his family, prioritizing his role as a parent over the demands of royal life. This move not only eases his personal circumstances, but also suggests that even the most entrenched institutions like the monarchy can evolve to meet the changing expectations of the modern world. The challenges facing the royal family, from public skepticism to questions about their relevance, have highlighted the need for adaptation. Prince Edward's choice to swap palace life for the tranquility of the countryside demonstrates the ability of even the most traditional institutions to find a balance between their heritage and the realities of today. This lesson could be valuable for other organizations as they navigate the complexities of maintaining their traditions while adapting to the needs of the present. Edward has generally avoided the tabloid frenzy that has plagued some of his royal family members. Unlike his brothers, he has steered clear of major headline-grabbing scandals, despite a few minor incidents. While his attempt to balance royal duties and a private career with his TV production company, Ardent Productions, faced criticism, he has managed to maintain a relatively low profile compared to the more controversial figures within the royal family, such as his brother Prince Andrew. The key difference between Edward and Andrew is that Edward is seen as reliable and dependable, while Andrew's scandals have caused significant damage to the monarchy. Edward's low-key approach and dedication to his duties are appreciated by the public, as he is viewed as the responsible and level-headed member of the family. In contrast, Andrew's headline-grabbing scandals have made him unpopular, while Edward's steady and uncontroversial behavior has helped to stabilize the monarchy during challenging times. Additionally, Edward's relationship with his wife, Sophie, is considered one of the strongest and most stable aspects of the modern royal family. Edward and his partner, the Duchess, have established a life that skillfully balances their public duties and responsibilities with their personal happiness and well-being. This equilibrium can be particularly challenging to maintain when living under the intense public scrutiny and the glaring spotlight that is characteristic of royal life. Despite these unique pressures, the couple has managed to exemplify a powerful and cohesive royal partnership, demonstrating that teamwork, mutual understanding, and unwavering support can indeed thrive even in the high-pressure and often tumultuous world of modern royal life. They have cultivated a deep and abiding respect for each other, drawing strength and inspiration from their shared commitment to serving their country and their people. In their public roles, Edward and the Duchess have become renowned for their tireless dedication and their ability to connect with people from all walks of life. They approach their duties with a genuine warmth and empathy, making a concerted effort to understand the needs and concerns of their subjects. This compassionate approach has earned them the admiration and trust of the public, who see them as steadfast and approachable representatives of the royal family. Behind the scenes, the couple has built a strong and supportive partnership, relying on open communication, shared decision-making, and a willingness to compromise. They have learned to navigate the often treacherous waters of royal politics, using their combined wisdom and experience to make informed choices that benefit both the monarchy and the people it serves. Despite the intense media scrutiny and the relentless demands of their position, Edward and the Duchess have managed to create a private sanctuary where they can find respite and rejuvenation. They cherish their moments of solitude and quality time together, nurturing their bond and maintaining a sense of balance in their lives. This commitment to their personal well-being has not only strengthened their relationship, but has also empowered them to be more effective and engaged in their public roles. Edward's measured and understated approach to his role may not necessarily be the most flashy or attention-grabbing, but it is undoubtedly an effective and impactful one. He is not attempting to radically revolutionize or dramatically overhaul the centuries-old institution of the monarchy. Rather, he is quietly and diligently fulfilling his duties and responsibilities as a senior royal, doing so in a manner that avoids generating unnecessary controversy or drawing unwanted media scrutiny. In a time when the royal family is working tirelessly to prove its continued relevance and adaptability in the face of an ever-changing social and political landscape, this kind of stability, discretion, and commitment to duty may very well be a crucial factor in ensuring the long-term survival and sustainability of the monarchy. While Edward may not be the most vocal, outspoken, or prominent member of the royal family, his understated and low-key approach to his role could paradoxically be one of the most valuable and indispensable assets that the monarchy has at its disposal. His ability to dutifully fulfill his responsibilities without seeking the spotlight, combined with his unwavering dedication to upholding the traditions and dignity of the crown, serves as a steadying and reassuring presence amidst the occasional turbulence and upheaval that the royal family must navigate. In this sense, Edward's quiet but tireless contributions may ultimately prove to be an invaluable stabilizing force that helps to sustain the monarchy's enduring legacy well into the future. The individual, who is undoubtedly a member of the British royal family, has a multitude of responsibilities that come with his privileged position. However, he is handling these duties and obligations with a remarkable sense of poise and diligence. His dedication to charitable endeavors is particularly noteworthy, as he has wholeheartedly embraced the Duke of Edinburgh's award program, which was founded by his father, Prince Philip. This legacy holds great personal significance for him, and he is determined to not merely replicate his father's work, but to make the program his own, imbuing it with his unique vision and passion. Family is also a paramount priority for this individual. His marriage to Sophie serves as a strong and unwavering foundation, providing him with a sense of stability and support amidst the demands of royal life. Moreover, he has made a conscious decision to afford his children, Louise and James, a greater degree of privacy and normalcy by moving away from the confines of Buckingham Palace. This thoughtful move allows the young royals to experience a more grounded and relatable upbringing, shielding them from the glare of the public spotlight and enabling them to develop their own identities as members of the royal family. This individual's multifaceted approach to his responsibilities, cherishing both his public duties and his private life, is a testament to his exceptional character and his deep commitment to upholding the values and traditions of the British monarchy, while also carving out his own path. His dedication to charitable work, his devotion to family, and his desire to provide his children with a more ordinary childhood are all admirable qualities that have earned him the respect and admiration admiration of both the general public and his royal peers. Prince Edward, the youngest child of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, has long been known for his down-to-earth approach to his royal duties. Unlike some of his more flashy counterparts, Edward seems to have a genuine passion for public service and a deep understanding of the importance of community engagement. This humble and pragmatic perspective on the responsibilities of the monarchy is a refreshing contrast to the sometimes ostentatious displays of wealth and power that have characterized the British royal family in the past. Edward's commitment to making a real difference in the lives of the people he interacts with, rather than simply engaging in ceremonial pomp and circumstance, is likely a reflection of the values instilled in him by his parents. The Queen and Prince Philip have long been admired for their tireless dedication to their royal duties, as well as their focus on supporting charitable causes and reaching out to ordinary citizens. It seems that Edward has internalized these core principles and made them his own, eschewing the trappings of royalty in favor of a more practical and accessible approach to his role. This is not to say that Edward is shirking his responsibilities or taking a lackadaisical approach to his royal obligations. On the contrary, he is poised to take on an even more prominent role within the monarchy in the coming years, as King Charles III aims to streamline the operations of the royal family and distribute the workload more evenly among its members. Edward's reliability, diligence, and proven track record of effective service make him an ideal candidate for this task. While he may not possess the same level of charisma or media savvy as some of his more high-profile relatives, Edward's steadfast commitment to his duties and his genuine interest in the well-being of the communities he serves are precisely the qualities that the royal family needs at this pivotal moment in its history. Whether he is cutting ribbons, meeting with local residents, or representing the royals at major events, Edward consistently demonstrates a level of professionalism and dedication that is both reassuring and inspiring. In a world where the public's perception of the monarchy is often shaped by the flashy displays and scandals that dominate the headlines, Edward's humble and service-oriented approach to his role is a refreshing reminder of the core values that have long underpinned the British royal family. As the institution navigates the challenges and uncertainties of the 21st century, it is clear that Edward's steady hand and unwavering commitment to the principles of public service will be an invaluable asset in the years to come. Prince Edward, the youngest child of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, has demonstrated his ability to navigate the complex web of responsibilities that come with being a member of the British royal family. Unlike some of his more publicly visible siblings, Edward has opted for a more reserved and understated approach to his royal duties, which has allowed him to balance the traditional expectations of the monarchy with more innovative and forward-thinking initiatives. This blend of traditional and innovative approaches is precisely what the monarchy needs to remain relevant and resonant in the modern era. The British public, and indeed the global audience, have become increasingly skeptical of the more opulent and seemingly out-of-touch aspects of royal life. There is a growing desire among the populace to see the monarchy adapt and connect with the everyday concerns and experiences of the people in a more meaningful way. Enter Prince Edward, the youngest child of Queen Elizabeth II and the Duke of Edinburgh. Through his thoughtful and deliberate approach, Edward has found the perfect balance between honoring the rich heritage and symbolism of the monarchy, while also embracing a more accessible and relatable style of royal engagement. This strategy is proving successful in maintaining public interest and support for the institution of the crown. Whereas some of his royal counterparts have been criticized for cultivating an image of extravagance and elitism, Edward has taken a markedly different path. Through his work with the Duke of Edinburgh's Award, a prestigious youth development program founded by his father, the prince has demonstrated that being a member of the royal family is not just about the lavish aspects of life, but also about genuine work, community service, and fostering meaningful connections with the people. Unlike those royals who seem to crave the spotlight and attention, Edward has consistently eschewed such spotlight-chasing behavior, preferring instead to let his actions and dedication to service speak for themselves. This humble and lead-by-example approach has resonated with the public, who appreciate seeing a royal who is willing to roll up his sleeves and get involved in initiatives that make a tangible difference in the lives of ordinary citizens. In a time when the British monarchy faces mounting scrutiny and questions about its continued relevance, Prince Edward's skillful navigation of tradition and innovation stands as a model for how the institution can adapt and thrive in the modern era. His ability to balance royal protocol with a more accessible and relatable persona has helped to reaffirm the monarchy's role as a unifying and inspirational force within British society and on the global stage. In a rapidly evolving world where the traditional structures of power and authority are constantly being challenged, the role of the British monarchy has come under increasing scrutiny. Within this complex landscape, Prince Edward, the youngest child of Queen Elizabeth II, has emerged as a figure who may hold the key to the future of the royal family. Unlike some of his more high-profile siblings, Edward has chosen a path of quiet yet impactful contribution to the monarchy and the broader British society. His unwavering dedication to his royal duties, coupled with his ability to adapt to the changing times, has earned him the respect and admiration of many. Edward's approach to his role as a royal is marked by a delicate balance between honoring the traditions and legacy of the monarchy, while also recognizing the need for modernization. He has championed causes that resonate with the contemporary public, such as the Duke of Edinburgh's Award, a youth development program that has empowered countless young people across the United Kingdom. As the monarchy navigates the ever-evolving social, political, and cultural landscape of the 21st century, Edward's subtle transformation may serve as a blueprint for the future. His willingness to embrace change while still upholding the core values and principles of the royal family could be the key to ensuring the survival and relevance of the British monarchy for generations to come. The question that lingers is whether Prince Edward's approach represents a step towards modernizing the monarchy or a sign that the royal family is unraveling. The answer to this query lies in the continued evolution of the institution and the public's perception of its relevance in the modern era. As the royal family adapts to the demands of the 21st century, Edward's leadership and vision may be the guiding light that ensures the monarchy's enduring legacy. His ability to strike a delicate balance between tradition and progress could pave the way for a new era of the British royal family, one that is better equipped to respond to the needs and aspirations of the people it serves. Please share your thoughts in the comments below.